Really good afternoon. You've had a bit of time now to look back on the game at Norwich. What were the positives and what have you taken out of that game?
Of course, there's a lot of reflection after a game. I've watched the game twice now. General feeling is probably the same I had after the game. We started extremely well, played very well offensively. We have a problem transition-wise, so they get shots on target and chances from just a transition of an 80-yard sprint, which we need to stop. So that's something we will focus on. Other things is that my feeling that we get into behind their midfield and behind their back line a lot has been backed up by data that we have within the club, where we've been skyrocketed up to be like one of the top teams in the league to get into the pockets and in behind them. So that feels very good that that's backed up by the data and the feeling I had after the game. And of course, we're going to try to keep on doing that. That's my feeling. Wanted to win the game. I'm very disappointed not winning it, but if we play the transition game like we do or did, we won't win any games. So that's something I can coach and we can try to change.
And on Thursday night, you'll be leading Arsenal from the technical area for the first time at Emirates Stadium. Have you had a chance to think about that yet? Because presumably that's going to be a really proud moment for you.
It's been quite hectic. I haven't really thought about it that much, but of course it's going to be a proud moment. I thought it the other day, when I think I had made my debut for my national team. I made my debut here and then made my debut at Norwich as a manager. Is probably three of the most proud moments I've ever had.
Thank you.
Carvey from Sky.
Freddie, I'll just start off with the important question. Why were you not wearing a suit on Sunday? Will you be wearing one on Thursday?
Extremely important. The suit was so quickly. So the suit was at dry cleaners. So I couldn't get it ready. No, I feel, what shall I say? I've seen the Premiership. I've seen coaches with a tracksuit. I've seen coaches with a suit. I've seen coaches with a sweater. So I'll decide on match day which one I will use.
Have you been fitted for a club suit? or will you be wearing one of your own?
We'll see if I will have one or not. We haven't fitted well yet with the club suit, but I can't really see that that's a discussion. But I will make sure you know what I will wear.
Just turning to the game on Thursday night, Brighton played well against Liverpool, even though they lost. What kind of challenge were you expecting from them?
Yeah, no, I watched them a little bit, tried to prep a little bit. They look good. They changed formations a lot. So we'll see which formation they come with. They try to play out, defending well, looks very well organized. But for me, it's we need to concentrate on our own game. We play at home. Of course, I take into account how I think they will play, but I need to develop the game plan, how we want to play football, and that's what I try to concentrate on.
The support from the fans at Norwich was great, as it always is from the away fans, but the atmosphere at the Emirates this season has not been so good. Have you been aware of that from the bench, and how do you think you can change that?
I think the only way to change an atmosphere in the stadium is how you play. I thought, like you said, the fans were amazing at Norwich. I felt they got more and more energy the more we played in the first half. That they felt that we were on top of Norwich, and I think Arsenal fans get energy from that. So that helped, but they were great. Even when we went 1-0 down or 2-1 down, they were even louder and they helped us, and that's important for the players. When it comes to the Emirates, fans want us to win football games. They want us to play good football. And I think the only way to try to get a good atmosphere and get them going is to try to achieve that. If that's me or that's someone else as a coach, I don't think that matters so much.
You mentioned about the Norwich game, one of the areas you can improve on is on transitions. A lot of people also criticise the Arsenal defence. They say Arsenal players don't do enough work when you don't have the ball. For instance, they look back at the era when your teammates were players like Sol Campbell and Patrick Vieira. Do you think that criticism is justified of this current group of players?
No, I think my players they try to defend. Of course, you can have different types of players in a squad. That's just the fact. Different types of players, but we've had a game plan what we try to do, and I want to defend. Of course, we need to try to, if players are not super quick, and we say, oh, he going to sprint with this and that's a different, it can be difficult for that player. But in general terms, we try to put up a structure that everybody knows what to do. And the main thing I saw in the game was that we let them get into a situation where it was just a sprint. It was not about football or technical stuff. They just went in a competitive way, sprinting with each other, and we want to stop that.
I think Arsenal haven't won a league game for almost 2 months. Why do you think that is? Do you think that is acceptable for a club as big as Arsenal?
What I try to concentrate is going forward. I've been here, I've done 2 training sessions now, and I don't want to talk about coaches before and stuff. I think Unai done a great job, a great leader, fantastic coach. So that's nothing for me to judge on. Look forward. Main thing for me was when we were in Norwich, we hadn't won an away game since the first game of the season. And I felt that the players could react that way, and we played that well, in my opinion, offensively. It was good, but now we go forward.
And finally for me, if a new manager does come in and it's not you, would you be happy to stay and go back to your old job?
No, of course I work for the club, and what the club wants me to do, that's where I'm going to be. Of course I'm very proud for this opportunity, but the future will tell what happens.
Talk sport, Freddie.
Freddie, can we expect to see too many changes for the game against Brighton?
It would be a bit silly of me to tell you what I'm going to do, but we'll see. We need to look at the fitness level of the players and who's fit and not fit. We had some players that were injured before, so we'll see.
And what can you fix in the 3 days you have between the Norwich game and the Brighton game?
Yeah, it's yesterday was a recovery for the ones that played as well. Again, today they have to recover because we play a lot, so we'll be training with the ones that played at Norwich. We'll be training tomorrow. A short one, but of course we look at videos and I will show the small details that I think it's vital against Brighton to change. Of course, like I said before, if you've had a pre-season for 6 or 8 weeks, there's a lot of things you can methodically work on. Here we have to, okay, that little piece is very important, that's what we're going to concentrate on, and that's what we're going to do.
Have you spoken to Arsene Wenger over the last few days, or do you plan on doing so?
No, I really would like to speak to him. I'm in contact with him. Have not spoken to him. It's been a bit hectic, but that's on my list.
Do you think we'll see a different Arsenal on Thursday compared to what Arsenal fans saw a week before?
I try to build on maybe what you saw at Norwich. That's what we're going to try to build on. But at the same time, Brighton is a different opponent. Very, very well organised. I think they look good, so it's going to be tough for us. But we're, of course, going to try to build on what we did in the last game.
Just finally from me, do you think this squad needs additions in January? And if so, are you going to be involved in those conversations over the next few weeks?
I'm going on a match time now, so nothing that I'm going to get involved in. And I think we have a very good squad, but that's up to the big bosses of the club, what they want to do.
Question over here.
You're the first Swede to manage a Premier League club since Sven-Göran was here, basically. Why do you think that is, and känns det extra ärofyllt?
I don't know why that is. I think there's a lot of great Swedish coaches, but no, of course, like you said, it's an honor and it feels special. But I lived here for a long time now, and I just been trying to work as hard as I can to get a chance, and they gave me a chance. But at the same time, I don't think it matters where you're from. It's just to try to do a job.
Sven-Göran said you haven't spoken to each other for several years. Do you think he could give you some useful advice, or has it been gone a bit too long from the Premier League, do you think?
No, Sven is very intelligent. I spoke to him a lot when he was the manager for England, because he was watching our games. I have already, in the past, I know there's some stories and stuff that how he treated players and how he made them to feel good and stuff like that I know, and I've stolen a little bit of those ideas. So it's he's a great coach, but it was a long time ago, but I hope I'll speak to him soon.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN+.